All right, what's up, y'all? So this is the press conference that Jimmy Butler had directly after our loss to the Pacers tonight. Um, Jimmy is pretty much checked out in Miami, and it seems like he is like fully gone. And apparently, about I'll say 30 minutes ago, he formally requested a trade to quote anywhere but Miami. Now I was under the impression that Jimmy wasn't leaving because it sounded weird in the moment, but we're gonna watch this press conference, and I want to hear this myself because I have a feeling, but I'm not gonna express that feeling until I hear out fully what Jimmy has to say in this press conference here.
Jimmy, how would you describe how you felt about your performance and focus tonight?
I felt great. I feel like I was focused. I feel like I did my job, or what at least my job is now.
When you say what your job is now, we're sort of not used to see you standing in the corner for extended periods like that. Is that a change in the team approach that has cast you that way? And for you to be your best version of yourself, can that be your role and you thrive to the best of your ability?
It can be my role here, but I mean that's not what I'm used to being. I haven't been that since I don't know my first, second, third year in the league, where I just went out there and played defense. But I competed, I guarded, I try not to let my man score. But that's what I'm doing now.
Well, Coach was in here saying he wants to get you more on the point and get you more activated. So is that something that you're amenable to? And is that something that might be necessary to get you back closer to the top of your game and your form?
That ain't gonna fix it.
Jimmy, when do you feel like your role in the offense changed, and what has been the toughest adjustment to that change?
It's not a tough adjustment to me. I'm going out there to compete to win either way. Whether I score 9 points or 29 points, I will compete. That's one thing that I will say. So you won't say that I'm out there not playing hard. It may look like that because my usage is down and I don't shoot the ball a lot, but we won't sit here and say that I don't play hard.
What will fix it? What do you want to see happen to fix it?
What do I want to see happen? I want to see me get my joy back from playing basketball. And wherever that may be, we'll find out here pretty soon. But I want to get my joy back. I'm happy here, off the court. But I want to be back to somewhat dominant. I want to hoop, and I want to help this team win. Right now, I'm not doing that.
Can you get your joy back here on the court?
Probably not.
Thank you, Jimmy.
I don't even know what that meant. What the fuck? So he says that he's happy here off the court, but when he's on the court, he can't get his joy back. But he doesn't know where he can get his joy back. But he's happy here just when he's not playing. What the All right, you know what? I'm gonna say this. I love Jimmy, I really do. If it wasn't for Jimmy, we wouldn't have the success that we've had over the past years. Just being the team that we have, like making the finals runs and stuff like that. Our run from damn near from the play into the finals, like that was it was amazing. You know, we ran into a really good Nuggets team that anyone would have lost to. That team wasn't losing. That was an extremely well-oiled machine that Nuggets team was, and I always thank Jimmy for that. Jimmy gave me some of the best moments of like my like teenage into adult years. Just watching him as a basketball player when he was on the Sixers when I was a teenager, just and I've never been a Sixers fan, but it was exciting to see him on that team, and they couldn't get it done. And then I think I was like 19, I guess, when Jimmy came here. Jimmy came to Miami, and it changed the culture of this team. I forget what year Jimmy came to Miami, but that doesn't matter. It just changed the culture of the Heat, and I haven't felt that good about my team since LeBron was here. And we had a long lull period. LeBron left, and then we had 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019. We had like a long 4 or 5 year period where it was the years of Hassan Whiteside, Justice Winslow, Shabazz Napier, all of these players that are good players, but they can't help us win. Jimmy comes in, and then Tyler gets drafted, and we get Bam, and then we finally have a 3-person core again, and we had some really great moments, And the fact that it's ending like this, it's demoralizing because I don't know what happened, and maybe it's not for us to know as fans. I know some of the reporters and all that stuff, they may act like they know. I don't think anyone really knows. It seems like Jimmy doesn't know, but all he knows is that when he's on the court, he's not being used the way he wants to be used, and that's making him not want to play here. So at this point, I don't want to go into a rebuilding thing. We have Bam playing consistent. We got Khalil Ware he's having breakout years, and Tyler Hero, who I've been trying to tell people ever since we drafted him that he was going to be a good player. I told people Tyler Hero's peak is being one step above Klay Thompson, because he can do everything that Klay Thompson couldn't do. You know what I'm saying? So if he gets better, he'll be fine. You know what I'm saying? And Tyler is progressing, and now he's having an all-star level year right now. So this stuff is not hard to predict. I'm not saying I'm a basketball guru. This stuff isn't easy to predict. I can see it happening. You know what I'm saying? You always, it isn't hard to see this stuff. When you have a good basketball player, you have a good basketball player. You understand? But it's just with Jimmy, it's like it always ends weird when he leaves these teams. Like Minnesota ended weird. Philadelphia ends weird. I remember he said that the Miami Heat jersey would be the last jersey he would ever have on. He said that. He said that. And now he's here, and it's just, I think he said that like last year or the year before. And now, I don't know what happened. I know the team isn't the best right now, but you would think that they're 2-20 something the way he's talking. There's teams that are so much worse than us. And he's talking like we just haven't won a game yet. If we were like 0 and something, we're just 1, 2, 3, 4 wins in the year at this point. We're a quarter in the year right now. I would understand this. But the fact that we're in the middle of the pack and we're not playing that bad basketball, but the fact that he is this unhappy, I don't know. But at this point, the Heat need to just trade him. I know Pat Riley came out and said we're not going to trade him. At this point, let him go. If he's not happy, let him go. I don't want a player here that's not happy to be here. As much as I love him, I love all of the Miami Heat players that want to be here that much more. I'm a Miami Heat fan. I'm not just a Jimmy Butler fan. If I had to choose between my team and Jimmy Butler, I'm picking my team 100% of the time, because that's just the kind of fan I am. I try not to be a fan of players. I try not to be, but it's just, it's frustrating because part of me believes that it's because Pat Riley and the GMs and all that stuff could not build a team that could get us to the finals and win consistently. The fact that Jimmy has gave us all of his energy and we still lost, I think that is plaguing on it. You know what I'm saying? Jimmy's putting up 56 points in games and we're still losing the series eventually. I think that's very demoralizing because he wants to win. And I do admire that about him. I would never say anything about him not wanting to win. I don't see him like a Joel Embiid who goes out there and whines off the court and plays like a bum on the court. Jimmy's not like that at all. Jimmy goes out there and competes, but it's just, when you ask him a question, he's going to give a direct answer. And I respect that at all times. But at the same time, me respecting that does not mean I'm just going to be like, all right, well, just like disregard it. No. If he wants to leave, let him go. But this is the only thing I ask from this Miami Heat team. Jimmy Butler is a 36-year-old who's had a few injuries and who can still help basketball teams. But at this point, we need to fill our team with youth or with a player that can fill in that spot. So I saw people saying we should get Jonathan Kuminga from the Warriors, who's a great basketball player, but he's not Jimmy Butler. I'm doing a star for a star trade. I'm not trading Jimmy Butler until a team is ready to give me one of their stars. I'm not trading Jimmy Butler for the 4th, 5th, 6th option on the team. No. Jimmy is our 1, 2, or 3rd option. Usually he's our 1 or 2. So if we're trading to a team, I want us to get their 1st or 2nd options from scoring. That's what I want. If we trade him to Phoenix, I want Devin or KD. If we trade him to the Warriors, I want Steph or Draymond. They're not going to give us Steph and Draymond, then don't trade him to the Warriors. If we trade him to the Sixers, I want Maxey or Embiid. Not Paul George, because Paul George and Jimmy Butler are on the same kind of tier right now. Both of them are damn near retreads. They can still contribute, but they're 36, 35-year-old. No. You feel me? And it may sound stupid, but that's the way I see it. Because there's no reason for us to trade one of our best options of scoring and then get a player that's a fourth, fifth option, and now we're bad, and he gets to play with a good team and go to the finals. No. If the Heat team knows what they're doing, they need to look out for the team first. Because Jimmy said anywhere but Miami, bet. I'm shopping Jimmy immediately, and anywhere who can give us either their first or second option in scoring or a young player that has a lot of upside, I'm taking that. I'm not doing a Jimmy for Paul George. I'm not doing a Jimmy for. I know I said Curry. I don't want a Jimmy for Curry because Curry's not going to be playing for much longer either. You know what I'm saying? If we trade for the Lakers, I want LeBron or AD. They're not going to trade LeBron or AD. Don't trade him to the Lakers then. That's what I'm feeling. Because at this point, I'm worried about what the Heat can do. I'm not worried about what Jimmy can do. Jimmy wants to go. Fine. Get out of here. When we trade you, I want someone who is worth you, worth how much you can contribute, or higher. And if not, you'll just stay here, and then we'll lose you in the summer. Either way, you're leaving. So at this point, you know, and that's the way I feel about it. I don't know what the Heat are going to do as a front office. Again, Pat Riley said they're not going to trade him, but obviously this is before he's verbalized this tonight. We could wake up and he could be traded tomorrow. You know, we know how Pat Riley's attitude is. He might feel offended by this. You know what I'm saying? But at this point, I'm worried about Bam, Tyler, Terry, Duncan. I'm worried about the players that want to be here. If Jimmy wants to go, fine. Trade him to a team where we can get something good for it. Don't trade Jimmy away for some draft picks. Trade Jimmy for someone who can fill in his role, who can fill in the role of the third player between Tyler, Bam. If not, then we just gave Jimmy Butler to a team where he can have a great time, and we go back to being a mediocre team, or a team where Tyler and Bam have to carry, and they may not be prepared to do that in this time in their careers, because both of them are still very, very young. So that's the way I feel about that. Again, I love Jimmy Butler. I don't hate Jimmy Butler at all. You know, I respect him more than almost any basketball player. You know, he's still one of my favorite basketball players. He always will be. But we got to worry about the future of the Miami Heat before anything. And that's what I care about more than I care about how another player feels who doesn't want to be here. If he doesn't want to be here, fine, get out. Basketball, football, it doesn't matter what sport it is. If you don't want to be here, get the hell out. And we'll replace you. Because every player is replaceable, especially in this league. You know what I'm saying? So, again, any team we trade them to, I don't care what team it is, we need to be getting their first or second option scoring. Because if not, we have tanked our team to make sure that Jimmy has a smile on his face. And that makes no sense to me. So hopefully the Heat do the right thing. I ain't gonna lie, do it. If we're gonna do it before the month's over. Do it before January's over. I'm not trying to hear him tell us how unhappy he is all year. I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear you whine. I don't. And it's demoralizing that every basketball player leaves teams the same way. I don't want to be here, and they start whining and bitching and moaning. I don't want to hear that shit. I don't. You know, I don't want to hear Jimmy bitch and moan. It doesn't do anything for me. I don't care. What does that solve? That doesn't win us any games or any titles, any nothing. So he wants to go to a championship contender? Go ahead. But we want one of your good players. You're getting our best player. We want one of your best players. Just like that. But y'all let me know how you guys feel about it in the comments down below. Do you think the Heat should trade Jimmy? Do you think we should wait it out? Do you think we can fix his mood, I guess? I don't care to fix a grown man's mood, but that's just where I'm at with it. I'm very much on the end of the rope with this, because this is not what I'm about as a basketball fan. I'm about playing basketball, not about this press conference bitching and moaning shit. So, excuse my profanity, but it makes me angry, you know. But yeah, y'all let me know how you feel in the comments down below. If you like the video, subscribe if you're subscribed if you haven't already. Comment down below. Kind of with me do next. Stay safe, drink water. I love you guys. God bless, and I will see you in the next video.